Well, hi everybody. This is Grandpa Terry with another Terry Don't story. You know, when I was growing up, I heard my mom say, "Terry Don't," so many times. I thought my middle name was Don't. There was this one time I was leaving the house in our little town. It was about 400 people. It was called Rudd, Iowa. And I was going to jump on my bike and ride around because the whole town was my playground. It was just amazing. And right when I was leaving, my mom says, "Where are you going, Terry?" I said, "I'm just going to go play, ride around, and have some fun." Because it was summer. School was out. She says, "Well, Terry, don't get into trouble and don't get hurt." I said, "I won't, Mom. I'm just going to go have fun." So off I went, jumped on my bike, went riding around, and oh my goodness, in that little town, we could ride our bikes practically anywhere, on the sidewalk, in the streets, even on some lawns. And while I was riding around, I started hearing some noise down at the school, the only school we had in Rudd. And I rode my bike down there and stopped, and there was some kind of ball game going on, softball, baseball, something like that. I think it was softball. But something was a little different here today. What I noticed was there were a bunch of donkeys out on the ball park. And they were actually having a softball donkey ball game. And I noticed everybody was on donkeys except for the pitcher, the batter, and the catcher. Of course, the pitcher pitched the ball. The batter, when he hit it, the batter had to get on his donkey and then try to ride to first base. And then the catcher would just try to catch the ball. He didn't have to ride a donkey. That'd be too hard, I'm sure. But one guy, I noticed he hit the ball way out in the field. He jumped on his donkey, took off for first base, and the donkey had a different frame of mind. He wanted to go to third base instead of first base. And the guy was pushing him and pulling him and trying to get over here, go this way. Donkey went to third base for some reason. Finally, the guy turned him around and was taking a shortcut right straight to first base from third base. As a matter of fact, the pitcher had to get out of the way. It was wild and a lot of fun. The only thing is, because I was a kid, we weren't allowed to ride the donkeys. They just let the moms and dads play in the game. But that was all right. We were having fun watching. And then all of a sudden, I heard on the PA system, the public address system, from the announcer, he said, "Boys and girls," he said, "we've got a little problem here. We'd really like to have you help us out." "Oh, okay, what's that?" Way out in center field is a donkey that got loose. And because he's way out there, we'd like to just have you kids run out there and then chase him back, because we got to finish the ball game. I thought, oh boy, I'm in on this. So I take off running and going out there, and I was so quick and so fast, I was the first one out there. And as I was getting close to the donkey, I was slowing down, and all of a sudden he turned around and saw me, and then he started chasing me. And I thought, what in the world? This isn't right. I'm supposed to be chasing him. So I kind of take off running, you know, and I look back, and he's still chasing me. I don't know why. I didn't kick him. I didn't ride him. I didn't hit him with anything. I didn't do anything to make him mad, but he was mad. There's nothing like a mad donkey. Oh boy. So as I was running, I was looking back, and he was getting closer to me, and I thought, I don't know if I can outrun him. So I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend I'm a matador. That's a bullfighter. And only thing is, I didn't have the cape that they use. So I just stopped real quick, and as he was getting closer and closer and closer, I noticed he put his head down because he was going to ram me. I thought, wow, this donkey really has a problem. So right when he almost hit me, I just spun around, like I had the cape there, and he went by so close, I think I felt him on my arm there. I thought, well, I'm glad we're done with that. And then the donkey kind of did the same thing. He stopped, he spun around, and then he came running after me. And then as they got closer, I turned around and ran back towards where the game was. And getting a little worried now because this donkey had a problem. He was mean. So I looked behind me to see how far away he was, and he was really catching up on me fast. So I started running as fast as I could, and then I looked back again, and I noticed he had that mouth of his was open, those big lips and teeth. Oh my goodness, his teeth was probably 1.5 inches long, you know. And he wasn't just like that. He was going, you know, like donkeys do. Whoa! So I tried to go faster and I couldn't. And I thought, okay, I need to either zig or I need to zag, zigzag or go zag and go zig, whatever, to kind of throw him off. So I did. I zigzagged and so did he. And I was puzzled. I couldn't figure that out at all because there were a lot of other kids out there too. But for some reason, he had it in for me. And he was chasing me. He wanted to knock me down. I think he wanted to step on me, run over me, and maybe even bite me. Oh, man. What a vicious look he had on that face. Oh, I'll never forget that. So as I was running towards where the game was, I thought, I can run behind the fence by the bleachers, and then, you know how it is when you're in a situation like that, you think about a lot of things. Well, I was thinking, man, there's babies in strollers there. There's kids on the bleachers. I didn't want that donkey to maybe run over them and hit them and hurt them or anything. I thought, I don't know where else to go. And then I saw a station wagon, big car. One of the farmers drove in, and he was out sitting on the bleachers somewhere, maybe playing in the game, I don't know. But I looked real close, and I noticed the window in the passenger side was down. And I thought, okay, that's all I can do. I'm just going to run inside. I'm going to jump inside that car and get away from that donkey. So sure enough, I looked one more time, and I could almost feel his breath. He was so close to biting my back. Man, that would have hurt. But as I got close to the station wagon, I said, okay, here I go. I got to do it, and I got to aim just right. So I jumped up and dived right through the open window in the car. And as I was coming down on the seat, I was so happy. I thought, oh, I made it. The donkey didn't get me. And boom, I hit the seat, bounced up, and all of a sudden, this dog came out of nowhere, and I didn't know it, but the dog was in the back of the car. Oh, golly. And when he jumped up and saw me and he heard me in there, I didn't mean to, but I scared him to death. And he was going, oh, 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 oh. And I'm going, don't bite me, don't jump on me. And I was thinking about going back, but the donkey was right out there, and the dog was there, and he's just barking his head off, scaring me, I was scaring him. Okay, I've got to get out of the car, but not where the donkey is. I'm going to dive out. I'm going to jump the other way, where fortunately the window was down on the driver's side. So I did. I just kind of bounced a bit, and I was hoping when I was in the air, the dog wouldn't see I was leaving and jump on me, and I was hoping the donkey wouldn't actually put his head inside. But it would have been kind of neat to see the dog and the donkey go at it. But not with me in the middle. So I kept going, and I did. I dived right outside the window, hit the ground, bounced a little bit, rolled a couple of times, and then I thought, I got to get under the car, because if that donkey comes around and gets me, it could be bad. So I just kind of Marine crawled, Army crawled, you know, like they do in war when they're in the mud and the grit, and they're trying to be low, so when the bullets go over, there's a less chance of hitting them. And as a matter of fact, I had to be low because the car was down on the bottom, and I had to get under it. I couldn't be like this and just crawling all over the place. I knew I had to be low, so I got real low like this and made it. I got under the car. Donkey didn't even know what was going on. Dumb thing, he's still standing on the other side, but I still heard that dog inside the car going, "Oh, oh, 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 oh." I was thinking, man, I bet he's getting a sore throat making all that noise. And then, fortunately, some of the adults came over and got a hold of the donkey and started taking it back to the game so they could finish. Unfortunately, they didn't know I was hiding underneath the car, and it's probably a good thing they didn't. So the donkey was gone, the dog was quiet, which was kind of scary because I didn't know where the dog was. Maybe he jumped out one of the windows, and then it hit me. He could crawl under the car too. Oh, now what? Well, I've got to find out where the dog is. I can't lay here forever. So I did my little Marine Army crawl back out, just outside the car, and then as I pulled myself up to the window, there he was again. Scared the dickens out of me. But I was so glad, so thankful he was inside the car. I was outside the car, and I said, okay, all right, I've seen enough of this donkey ball game. I'm going home. So I ran as fast as I could, got on my bike, went uptown, like a block away, went uptown, went over another block, and then up to my house, put my bike down, ran in the house, sat in my chair, and I thought, wow, what a great day it was. And that's the donkey story.